Hello, fourth period. So we're going to go ahead and review our assignments for this week. We're using Edpuzzle. I just want to take you just reviewing what we need to do. So let's go ahead and start the slideshow. It's going to take a minute to load. Okay. So the week one review, we talked about some different vocabulary that we're going to be using. One of them, we tried to use the mood cards in class and some strategies when we're feeling those moods. We talked about our books that we're going to be using, mindset, and thinking about the science of the mind and behavior. That's what psychology is. It's the science of mind and behavior. We have 3 textbooks. We have the mindset, the new psychology of success, and we have the Little Wonders playbook, which is really your notebook. And we have those from the vendor, and those will be handed out next week. What you need for this class are binder, notebook, pen, pencil. Please bring those to class, a Chromebook or laptop at home. You need a SFUSD email student account. There is the teacher's website, and you should try to bookmark this site from your laptops at home. That's really important because we post all of these things on there. Our different events that we're working on, different assignments for your parents. So that's really important. And it looks like this, the Psychology Elective website with your syllabus. And your parents will be able to see this particular slide deck as well. It's taking a minute to load, so we'll skip that. You can look at it later. Here's the Google Classroom code, which you should definitely join this code. And it looks like this with our classroom. And those are where you can find your assignments each week. Okay? So you should have your psychology elective. And there's a bunch of different activities. We talked about using statistics in this class, and there's a Edpuzzle activity, and then we have the Who Are You? Identity Matters survey that we posted, and we worked on that together in class. So you can work on these 2 assignments, and then we are going to work on the PowerPoint or poster. So you have a chance to do the summer project of a poster or a PowerPoint, and we will work on that together in the upcoming week. So if you didn't do that, don't worry about it. We are going to work on that together. Okay? That's our Google Classroom. We also have a Seesaw account. Please feel free to join our Seesaw account. There's a link here. If you don't know what Seesaw is, Seesaw links with Google Classroom. And we have the Psychology Classroom right here. Okay? And there will be some library and different assignments on there, some activities for us to do together, and we'll be able to post this summer event share project. And it could be a drawing or song, performance art, slide deck, a video game, or anything that's good, that's interesting to you. Okay, we'll talk about that this week. We have Edpuzzle lessons, and then we have the YouTube channel playlist, which I showed you on Friday last week. So when you click onto that, that takes you to our YouTube channel playlist, where you see the Psychology Elective playlist. And these are mini lessons that will help you understand psychology. And they're different audiobooks and lessons that review each week. And my internet's really slow, so we're going to go ahead and skip that. And we can go back to that later. Okay. So every Friday will be a grading day where we can go back and take a look at assignments, and then we will have the grades put in together. We talked about what is psychology last week, and then this is what we will be working on this week. Summer projects and Little Wonders case study, Jan's case study. We'll be getting these books this week. Then we have the mindset books, and we'll be talking about that this week, and discussing assignments. There are 17 weeks in the semester. There will be a standard-based assignment each week, a project of your choice with guest speakers, and hopefully a field trip to colleges. Okay. So as I discussed in class before we got our particular textbook, we talked about psychology's themes, and we took notes on this during class that the main themes are psychology promotes scientific attitudes and skills. So you can go back over this right now and take some notes on it. Number 2, the people advancing our understanding of psychology come from all walks of life. And so this talks about some major contributors, diversity and a multicultural perspective is important to understanding psychology. So it doesn't matter what your biological, social, or historical background is, it can only help your knowledge of this. Scientific knowledge evolves rapidly and new discoveries are made every day, so that's really important. Psychologists study humans and animals, so it's really like a social science. There are ethical standards for conducting research. So if you remember, we kind of talked about this. The different modules in this book are interconnected, and there are ways to relate psychological knowledge to everyday life. There are numerous careers available to those who study psychology. One of them is teaching, right? But there are many other things like helping athletes function, understanding and helping animals. So no matter what you would like to study, psychology can only help you. Psychological science and knowledge help to address a wide variety of issues from individual to global levels. So it can also helps you understand economics and global economics and local economics. It can help you understand these different societal institutions. How can military combat soldiers protect themselves from post-traumatic stress disorder? Different things like that. It validates evidence and is required to support beliefs. Remember, we talked about the Belmont method and how we have to ask permission before conducting research or asking people questions. We need their permission. And also do no harm. So it's very important. So go ahead and go back and read those things, and you can pause and take notes. So the Psychologies Domains, scientific inquiry domain, is the first domain that we are going to cover. And these are the perspectives in psychological science, research methods, measurement, and statistics. It's very important, okay? And there's different modules. So this is an overview of the course and how we will break it up and use it in class. In modules 3 and 4, we introduce research strategies, how to design an experiment, how to find the meaning and results generated by those experiments, biopsychology domain. So it talks about sensation and perception, consciousness, right? Talk a little bit about biology and how different things affect your biology, like lack of sleep or too much sugar, having soda versus water, eating vegetables as opposed to eating sugar or carbs all the time, how the effects on the body and the mind. So we talk about that. We talk about children and the different phases of childhood and how the environment affects your brain function. That's really important. The differences between people living in a rural environment as opposed to an inner city environment. They also address how we learn and how language develops. So this is really important. We also talk about the socio-cultural context domain, social interactions, and socio-cultural diversity. It's really important. You can pause at any time and you can go back and read these again at any time. Okay. Cognition domain, we're going to discuss that. This talks about memory, thinking, and intelligence, how these get developed, how you can improve these things by doing exercises, playing puzzles, and activating different parts of your brain. And then there's individual variations. So we're going to talk about this: motivation, emotion, personality, and some different psychological disorders. So that's different things and how we act differently with different friends, different friend groups, whether you were at a younger age or older age, and how we're able to, we talked about code switching as well in class. Okay. Some students do better than others in the classroom. We discuss what those factors are that make you who you are. That's why we started out with identity and identity matters in class. And then we talk about applications of psychological science domain. And we'll get into that more in depth as we move on. It talks about the treatment of psychological disorders, health, and vocational applications, and how you can use this class to go into a variety of different jobs. We'll have some guest speakers come and talk to class as well. And then the scientific inquiry. And now we're going to get into the history and the perspectives of the psychological science. Okay? All right. Each week I'll post these videos so you'll be able to go back in and then add new vocabulary, different vocabulary that's new to you. And then we'll be able to review when we meet in class together. Okay? See you in class.